A catalogue, colourful and attractive, informative and to the point, good layout, well printed, modern communications in action. We take it all for granted. But have you ever thought what goes into producing a catalogue like this? A catalogue on some new product such as, well, tractors, for example. A new product is being put through its final trials. Years of work, research and testing have been put into it. Then at last, the designers and engineers make the final decision. This is it. Their job is done, but marketing these new tractors is just about to begin.
Is that you, Reg? The General Manager has called a conference for 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It's about publicity for the new tractor range, and it's urgent.
Yes, I got your note, John. 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be there. New tractor range. I've been expecting that one to come up.
There is always plenty to be said at the first conference to discuss the launching of a new product. The salespeople now find out whether the designers and engineers have been able to produce exactly what they asked for. Tractors with all the features the farmer wants. And when they themselves will be able to get prototypes to help them start their promotion. The questions keep coming. Everyone is eager to get started. There is a great deal of work to be done before the farmer is finally told by means of the press, advertising and sales literature.
You'll have to handle the catalogue production, Tom. We've got to put over 4 new models. I've never known a manufacturer before put out 4 completely new models at the same time. There's going to be a lot of work in this. That must be my call to the studios. Hello, Mac. Reg here. We've got a big new campaign on. We're bringing out 4 new tractors. Yes, 4 new tractors. When's the soonest Tom can come over and see you? Tomorrow afternoon? Right. Tom will be with you about 2:30.
The art studio look after layouts, artwork and plate making for us. I explained that there had to be 4 tractors combined in a single catalogue. When do you want it? Mac asked. I told him that we only had 10 weeks. He took it quite well, considering. The artist wanted photographs of the tractors as a guide for preliminary layouts, and I told him I'd have some taken right away. I took the photographer and the copywriter with me next morning. We walked past the 20-acre assembly plant of the Basildon factory, specially built to produce these new tractors. And here is the new range, our first glimpse of them. 4 completely new models. Harry, you're more familiar with the new tractors at the moment. Can you tell us the basic facts?
Certainly. The smallest tractor in the range is the Dexter 2000. 37 brake horsepower diesel engine developing 32 horsepower at the PTO. The next in the range is a Super Dexter 3000, 46 bhp, 40 PTO horsepower. The Major's 3-cylinder diesel engine gives 55 bhp and 48 PTO horsepower. Largest in the range is the Super Major 5000, 4-cylinder diesel engine, 65 brake horsepower, 56 PTO horsepower. Brand new styling that's going to set the trend.
It certainly will. That's a point worth noting, George. Let's get on with these photographs now. 1 of each and then 1 of the 4 together. Photographs of the new tractors. Let's think about a rough layout. Those photographs were fine, Joe, and the artists are getting on with the layouts, but we must have some working pictures. Get me some high angles. You know the sort of thing we want. The Ford Super Dextra 3000 ploughing. Go through the FR range of ploughs, starting with the big FR single furrow reversible. Show it doing a good job of work. While you're on ploughing, get me one of the 5-furrow semi-mounted plough on the Super Major 5000. And I'd like some more action ploughing shots with the Super Major. Deep digging on some really heavy land. We need some pictures of general haulage work with big loads on undulating land, too.
Here we are, the engine of the Dexter 2000. 3 cylinders, Britain's first short-stroke, big-bore tractor engine. Direct injection. There's no doubt it makes for easy starting and low fuel consumption. I've got a note, too, about low center of gravity. That means added safety, particularly on hillsides. Let's get up. You can certainly swing easily onto this machine. That's a useful phrase, I must remember it. 6-speed transmission with all controls readily to hand. And wide, no-gap speed range. Fully live, single-lever operated hydraulics. Safety starter, that's on all models. You can't switch on unless you're in neutral. Now, what did I want to check on the Super Dexter? More powerful engine, 46 bhp. Dual range gearbox, also standard on the Major and Super Major, giving 8 forward and 2 reverse speeds. Reverse is right opposite 2nd and 6th. Good, that's just where you want it. Just press the differential lock pedal to engage. Diff lock is standard on the 3, 4 and 5000 tractors. Disengage by depressing the clutch. Another feature common throughout the range, the battery tray swings out to make service and maintenance easier than ever. Now for the Major 4000. Disc brakes. Yes, disc brakes sealed to keep out dust and water. Fully live hydraulics with constant drive pumps are fitted to the whole range. Whenever the engine is running, you have power available instantly. Fully independent PTO. Power here for the toughest jobs. 48 horsepower. And it's so easy to hitch and unhitch with a quick detachable guard. Here comes the Super Major. Looks a big, really powerful tractor. The new Super Major is built to do the toughest jobs on the farm. Engine, brand new, Ford designed. The new Ford Super Major gets its 65 horsepower from a big, a husky, new 4-cylinder diesel engine. Fully independent PTO, the high front-mounted air intake ensures cleaner air. No. Make it cleaner, cooler air.
Time's going on. Copy's not finished yet, but we've got the rough catalogue design through in time for the marketing meeting this afternoon.
Well, that is the campaign development, gentlemen. From Ford, for all new tractors ahead of the world. I think we should talk about the catalogue.
Now, just how is the catalogue going?
Well, you've all got in front of you rough layout and copy of the catalogue. And I'd like your comments now.
Looking through the copy reg on selector speed, I see very little mention of the use of the inching pedal.
I'd like to see a few more working shots of baling, forage harvesting and other PTO work.
Yes, there are quite a few details to fill in yet, Ian. And Tom here will be photographing those just as soon as possible.
You haven't got very much time left for photography now, Reg. Don't you think we ought to use the studio for these photographs so that we don't have to rely on the weather and the sunshine?
George, that new copy they asked for on the selector speed, have you got it yet?
Yes, Tom. Hold on a minute. Let me read a bit of it to you. I wanted to check it. Selector speed is the biggest step forward in transmission design. The gears are always in mesh. You can change up or down for forward or reverse on the move. Selector speed gives you 10 forward and 2 reverse speeds with no stopping and no clutching. There's an inching pedal for use whenever you want to gently ease the tractor backwards or forwards. You have perfect control over the slightest movement. It's especially helpful when hitching up to an implement. With selector speed, you can change on the go, suiting speed to ground conditions. When an uphill gradient increases the load, change to a lower gear, simply and easily by moving the selector lever. There's no temptation to let the engine labor. The independent power takeoff with selector speed means you can disengage the PTO on the headland without declutching or stopping. Engine braking is effective on all gears. You can change on the move under load to any lower gear for maximum down. No matter what the gradient, just put the selector in the park position and the rear wheels are locked for perfect safety. Selecto speed is available on the Ford Super Dexter 3000, Major 4000 and Super Major 5000. Selecto speed is Britain's first true change-as-you-go tractor transmission. 2 reverse and 10 forward speeds. That came out all right, Joe.
Let's illustrate some of the advantages of selector speed on the Major 4000. Show how it can speed up work, particularly with a front-end loader. Straight into work, raise the hydraulics with a single movement of the quadrant lever, and move the selector lever straight into reverse. The manure spreader will give me another example, if I need it, of the use of independent power takeoff. When you approach the headland, you can disengage without declutching or stopping. Must remember, independent PTO is standard with the dual-range 8-speed transmission on the Major 4000 and Super Major 5000. Reg is at the studio getting the last photographs. There's not much to be done now, only a few more shots. Yes, there's no doubt about it. All these new Ford tractors have clean, functional styling. Trend-setting is just the word for it. Even a carefully produced dye transfer color print of a studio transparency is not good enough for this catalogue. We want to ensure that even the smallest detail in all the illustrations is there for everyone to see, especially as we in Ford have put so much emphasis on quality. Let's have a look at this artwork. These tractors look good. It shows that quality and styling have gone hand in hand to give the best for tractor operators everywhere. But it's only been achieved with the most up-to-date manufacturing techniques in today's most modern tractor factory. Yes, it's a power-planned range, all right. I'm glad we decided to continue to call the biggest tractor in our range the Super Major. But you'd better get this lot away for plate making. Our target date's getting near now. The artwork's got to be photographed. Special negatives and positives have to be produced before the printing plates can be made. As much skill and specialized knowledge goes into color printing plate making as there is in the design and production of these new Ford tractors. The written matter has got to be set up in type now at the printers. This is done on a monotype machine. The typesetter operates the keyboard, punching holes in a paper band. This controls the machine, which selects the type of varying sizes, so that the complete story of this tractor range can be easily read. Where they're made and how, what they are and what they can do, the story is unfolding. The catalogue takes shape on this all-new range of Ford tractors. Tractors with specifications designed to meet the needs of every farmer. Tractors backed by nationwide Ford Super Service and a wide range of spare parts and accessories from Basildon. Well, the catalogue's ready for printing. When's the soonest we can have the first batch, Jim? Well, Reg, here it is. The first batch just arrived from the printers.
So we've made it.
We've made it.
1 day to spare.
1 day to spare.
Perhaps I'll get my summer holidays after all that.
Yes. That's the story of a catalogue. A catalogue that every farmer will want to see. A catalogue presenting 4 trend-setting, all-new Ford tractors. The 37 brake horsepower Dexter. The 46 brake horsepower Super Dexter. The 55 brake horsepower Major. And the 65 brake horsepower Super Major. 4 power plan tractors heralding a new era in farming. Ford Sure Farming. 4 all-new tractors ahead of the world.